Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Formula Costco. We are here for race 7 of the season in Qatar under the lights. We join you a little bit in progress after some technical issues, but qualifying is well underway as we see Bama go to the top 122.573. I am, of course, Normie on Xbox as always, and joined once again by Mr. BB and Potato.
Yeah, excited for this one. I have some big names missing here at the 16-turn course. Only one DRS zone, and it'll be interesting. Very high speed. So this will be an exciting one. As you have partway through qualifying already, we've got guys running laps.
Yeah, and talking about some of those big names that are not here, we have DeMeo and Rowdy, so both Red Bull drivers out, NASCAR fan out, Joey out. So, gonna be an interesting shakeup through the field as we'll walk you through. King Caesar, his first race in a while here in Formula Costco. He will be in the Ferrari subbing for NASCAR fan, and then we have the two Red Bull drivers. Death Flare here, making his Formula Costco debut tonight in Qatar in the Red Bull, in a big spot trying to keep them in the lead of the constructor standings. And then you have Oscar, who this is his second start. He is also in a Red Bull. So we'll have to see how the sub-drivers do for them tonight to try to keep them in the hunt. But obviously DeMeo missing is huge news for the Drivers' Championship because he was well in the hunt for that. And so Cole and Slurp have to be feeling pretty good about that.
Yeah, Red Bull has two replacements this week, both Rowdy and DeMeo out. So it'll be interesting seeing a whole new sub team for them. And it doesn't even have, earlier in the season we had, was it JB filling for them?
Yep.
And now, but he's running at RB, so interesting there. And that's going to be a big help and a lot of hope for McLaren, as obviously Ferrari has both their cars too, but McLaren, two regulars, they should be set to do pretty good because they've got experience over those Red Bulls and Ferraris.
Speaking of JB, he's just coming to finish a lap here. His teammate Bama's on provisional pole at the moment. And here comes JB out of the last corner to see what he can put down, and he's going to go to P7 with a 124.2. 12 guys have set a time. Banjo on track right now looking to do that. So is Cheesy and Snowy. Under 11 minutes to go. And Potato, I want to ask you kind of your thoughts about the full-time drivers with all these replacements and guys missing. What do you think their mindset is, especially at the beginning, trying to race around all these guys that they have not really raced around that much?
Well, it's obviously a lot different. It's going to be tougher in the starts. People you don't really trust as much, although there's some guys who've raced the season that I know people don't trust anyways. But, that's a big thing, but also just you have a lot of confidence when you're going into this race. You have a lot of people who are going to be subbing, people missing, big drivers missing. You want to get that really good finish because this is your chance. One of these races where you don't have those big names racing. I think, I hate to say it again, but, you look at guys like Cheesy and Banjo looking for podium spots, JB and them all looking for good finishes. Going to add on to their season.
Cheesy to
Speaking
pole.
of Cheesy.
122.1, heck of a lap. Banjo just went to P2, but he gets bumped to P3, just as you were talking about both of them.
And Bama's another one in second. It's going to be a name here that looking to get a good finish.
Yeah, I expect Bama to be in the contention for the win tonight. So Cheesy, Bama, Banjo, then you have Caesar. I'm going to call him Chris probably. And then Death Flare in the top 5. Chan, Logan, Oscar, JB, Cole. And Slurp is on the clock right now.
Yet to. Oh, he actually, never mind. He's running a hot lap right now. Coming near the end.
Slurp, here he comes. Can he knock Cheesy off of P1? No, he does not, but goes to P2 just ahead of Bama.
Kenny for his lap.
So that leaves just
Not
Josh
much there.
to run his lap. Let me see. Trying to find points real fast because I
Both Red Bulls
know
and hot
Cole
laps.
took the championship lead. Oscar jumps one spot to P8 with a 124.116. Logan just behind them starting his lap.
I think I might have a screenshot of the points. I don't know when Banjo sent them. Oh, never mind. That's the penalty report. Well, we could go over that. From
Okay.
Silverstone is mainly just.
I have the points from Banjo, yeah,
Okay.
right now. So Cole leads the championship after his Silverstone win by 9 over Slurp. Then DeMeo was 12 back, but obviously he's not here, so that's going to be a big setback for him. Then Banjo 4th, way back with 58. Rowdy with 54. That's your top 5. Rowdy not here, and Joey not here either. So Cheesy could, if he needs a second place to jump to the top 5 in points. But even if he doesn't get all the way there, he's going to make some great progress into potentially earning himself some prize money. And looking good right now because he is on pole position at the moment. As Logan is up to 7th with a 123.3. Jake just behind him finishes his lap as well. Death Flare completed
Sean's
his
in the
already.
gravel.
And yep, Sean is in the gravel.
This is gonna be a rough week for missing out for DeMeo. Already needed a good race to stay with Cole, who's 12 behind, but Cole and Slurp, 114 and 105, are gonna gain some points on him. Would have to guess over DeMeo. It's really been a 3-car fight, and I'm just gonna hope it doesn't go down to a 2-car fight after this week. But it's always recoverable. This is the first half of the halfway point of the season.
Yep.
So a lot of races to go, but it's solidified into that top 3, so DeMeo won't fall back to 4th, that's for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, he's gonna have a really, really good second half to make up for these points,
Yeah.
or needs for Slurp and Cole to have a bad night, which is very possible because we've seen. I mean, Cole a couple weeks ago crashed out on his own on lap 1, so really anything can happen. But with under 5 minutes to go, pretty much nobody's on track, which means we're gonna have a really, really crowded end of the session here. Josh out
is
first. Yep. The lone person not set a time thus far.
How about Jacob in his first run got up to 8th? He's back in the pit car for this week.
Nice run for him. Expected JB to be a little bit higher, but still has a little bit of time to turn his qualifying session around. I know it was a rough week for the RBs last week.
Justice has said that.
Yeah, Jake just retired.
I think he went into the parrot. He didn't wreck it, so he just retired, I guess. Didn't want to run another lap.
His teammate Josh still on track, goes pretty wide there through that right-hander. As here comes some guys on outlaps, Skinny and Chan, the Haas teammates out, Death Flare out. Death Flare top 5 in his debut so far, so very impressive run for him. That can all change in 3 minutes, though. Cheesy, the provisional pole sitter, back out to try to improve his time. Still on board with Josh, the lone person on a flying lap right now. Just enough battery to get to the end of the lap. And let's see where he can put the Sauber. It's going to be up to 14th with a 124.5. The times I think is considered are pretty close right now, I would say. Second, or provisional pole to 17th is only 3 seconds, and it's going to get closer once people put their last laps down. JB is, I believe, cooling his tires down. Maybe going for another run because he's not going to have enough time to get back out again, even though he's on the 3-lap old softs already. But we have now tons of guys on outlaps. Death Flare starting his flyer, but he's not using any ERS down the straightaway, which means he's probably going to wait and go again in a minute.
He's starting his, I believe. Well, he's on he's on medium. He got it down to 60% battery. It'll be Cole though. I have to assume Cole is going to put up a much better lap. He does this sometimes where he doesn't put up a good first run, just to get a good second run. I saw something happen. Somebody hit some foam.
Did forget to mention Castron also not here. Has a
race ban.
Cheesy got into heavy traffic right there. The Red Bull was slow, and so was the who was that? The Alpine, I believe, got way in his way, and I don't think this is going to be.
Well, this one's back out of it. He was
looking for to improve, yeah, but he's not as JB retires.
Interesting. I mean, he already has a really good lap, so.
Yeah, I mean, he's improving by 2/10 so far, even with all that traffic. Death Flare just ahead of him. Oh, wait, no, right, he's on a cooldown.
I mean, that's
minutes ago.
He hasn't gone on a hot lap the whole time. He's been on medium. Pickup, but I guess.
Here comes Cheesy to try to improve on an already very good time, and he does by 4.5 of a second, even with traffic. Cheesy is on one tonight. Could this be the ever-elusive first podium? Could it be the first pole for Cheesy, man?
Yeah, but I think
Flare ready to go now.
Pole's gonna be his
Chris on
biggest
a hot lap.
Competition, if not maybe Slurp for this pole.
Here we look at Cole, last week's winner, the only driver with multiple wins this season. He has 3 of them. Can he knock his teammate off of provisional pole? Can Banjo do it from P4? Here he comes to the line. And Banjo is going to improve by about 2/10, which will put him to 3rd. Bama also is improving. Death Flare is improving. It's going to be a very tight race for pole. Here comes Cole to the line. Can he do it? He just misses it. Look how close it is between the McLaren teammates.
Wow.
As there is the checkered flag. And Cheesy holds off Cole by 6/100ths of a second. How about that? Slurp not going to improve. Banjo not going to improve. I believe it's down to Bama and Death Flare here. And Bama will be the first one to the line. Bama out of the last corner. Can he do anything with the McLarens? To the line and just misses at 122 flat. Will put him up to P3. Now Death Flare in his debut. Off the final corner. Looks like it's going to be a close race to the line. Can he do it? And no, 122.5. Which will keep him in 6th. And I believe that's going to be it. That is OP Cheesy Man gets pole in Qatar. What a story.
Wow. What a performance. He's flying out there. Maybe I think that medium pickup on the on his lap might have helped him there, a better strategy doing that, but either way, he has the pace. tonight, so he's got to act on it in the race, though. You've seen it with his good friend Joey doing that, qualifying on pole and having some struggles in the race, but he can't have that happen here today. I mean, at the minimum, I mean, I hate to say it, you have to at least get a podium here. You start in the pole, first career pole. I mean, a podium is definitely in the books for him. He just got to get away through that first lap, at least in the top two, I think, with his teammate. Heck of a start by Bama, though.
Yeah, this is gonna be a very, very fun race to watch. Cheesy Cole Bama, Slurp Banjo your top five, Death Flare making his first start sixth, as we still wait for these guys to end the session. Oh, I think they're waiting. They're trying to wait on Joey. But I don't think there's going to be enough time. And unfortunately for Banjo, he will be the only Williams in the race tonight.
Yeah, they've already kind of, I think, solidified their spot in the points. Though you have the main three of McLaren, Ferrari, and Red Bull. I think they'll plot their way into fourth come the end of the season and constructors. So still a tough loss for them tonight.
There is another look at your starting lineup. We talked about the top five in Death Flare. Chris, seventh, Logan, Skinny Chan. Then you have JB, Jake, Oscar, Josh, Snowy, and Aaron and Sean. Rounding out the grid. Okay. And never mind, we're going to have 18 people because Joey is home and is going to be able to make the race. So, big news for Williams and big news for him in the championship. So, we're going to have to make a new lobby really fast. Joey is about as last minute as you could possibly get. But
But a de facto start here.
yeah. All right. Hopefully this should not take too long. Oh, potato, thank you.
Yeah. I take photos of it for myself usually, just so I don't forget, even though they have the position thing.
Yeah, that's good. That would have taken me half an hour to type it out, so I appreciate that. All right. I'll invite you. Shout out to Bren for wishing me nothing but doom. Wow. Thank you. All right, here we go. Gonna be going out the start, so as soon as we load in, we're gonna be going here from Qatar. Remind everyone of the starting grid one last time, or Potato, do you want to do that?
Oh, okay, yeah, so looks like I want to go back to it. Yeah, so the starting grid, it'll be starting with two McLarens in the front row. That's big for them, that team and constructors. It'll be Cheesy and Cole, Bama and Slurp, and third and fourth the the RB and the Ferrari, and then behind that it's a Williams and a Red Bull of Banjo, and that's Deathflare, right? And Austin, that's
Yes.
him. Or is that? Wait.
Yeah, that
Okay.
is Deathflare.
Um, and then where was I? Oh yeah, we got Caesar and Logan for that's the Ferrari, and the highest star. Actually, that might be the only Mercedes. Yeah,
Yeah, because Castron's so
Castron has a race
extended.
ban. Yeah. Um, so Logan in eighth. It's two Haas's, Skinny and Chan, ninth and 10th. Good starts for them. The RB of JB and Gaming Jake back racing tonight in the kick. 13th and 14th. Uh, shit. Um, I forgot. I forgot his name. And Josh Brown.
Who?
uh,
You forgot Josh's name?
no, I know Josh Brown.
Oh
Who's
no.
the other Red Bull? What?
Oh, it's Death Flare.
You said Deathler is the
Oh
other
no,
Red
Oscar.
Bull.
I'm sorry, Oscar.
Oscar. Okay, my bad. I'm sorry, Oscar. I
You
apologize.
forgot Josh.
No, I would never
That would
forget
have
the
been
legend Josh Brown. Uh,
that would have been hilarious.
15th and 16th. That's the Aston Martin of Snowy and Aaron, and then it'll be Sean and Joey, 17th and 18th.
All right, perfect timing because we're in the lobby about to go. I believe, Potato, that we're going to be in for a really hectic start right here.
Yeah, I mean we've already seen some pretty hectic ones this season, but end of turn 1, 2, I think we'll see a couple of pieces of wings fly off. Here we go.
All right, here we go. Cheesy first career pole. Cole, his teammate alongside him. Lights are out. We are underway under the lights in Qatar, and Cheesy from pole gets a pretty decent start, but Cole's still going to be there on his inside going into turn number one. Cheesy actually clears him going into turn number one. They're side by side for third between Slurp and Bama. Bama around the outside, trying to take that spot away, and he will do so. Move Bama up to P3. Slurp following him through. Cheesy and Cole hold the front row spots. JB and Oscar battling as Joey tries to work his way up. Cheesy makes a mistake. Cole goes by. Cheesy in the sign right there as now Bama goes to his outside. Slurp trying to get in the mix as well. An early mistake from the pole sitter, which...
Oh, man. Oh,
there's a
something's
crash at the
happening.
back.
That's a...
JB is around. Yeah. He got hit by Jake.
Or
and
JB,
not a good
JB
start.
and Jake. I think a Red Bull got in there,
JB, no
too.
damage.
Oh, yeah.
And oh, yeah, Death Flare.
Death Flare back into last.
Death Flare with a big problem. That is tough for him in his debut. Started 6th all the way down in last now. And Joey is absolutely flying. 7 spots gained on lap number 1 for the Williams.
Well, he didn't even have
Josh
a good
up
start.
5 spots.
Off turn 1, he was back 17th to 18th, didn't do anything. But then we had a bunch of jockeying for positions. I don't think much damage, and he went all through that up into 11th.
Death Flare somehow does not have damage from that incident at the back. Here comes Cheesy trying to make up a spot from his mistake, going to the inside of Bamba for 2nd place. Still side by side. Now Slurp can try to take advantage. Cheesy able to hold P3 though. Cole already has broken away a 2nd from Bama. Bama trying to get back into the DRS.
Yeah, I want to point this out early. Another really weird pickup zone. It's about way, but it's pretty big far before that DRS zone. So at the front of the straightaway beforehand. So not going into the corner beforehand or after the corner. It's well before. So keep that in mind when guys are getting runs that straightaway before. They could get DRS and
we mentioned
front spot.
We mentioned
contact in the back. Death Flare.
Aaron and Oscar are both in the gravel.
Oscar, sorry.
And I was just about to say, the new guys in Red Bulls, we were interested to see how they would do. They have both not had the starts they wanted at all. And now Red Bull, remember, they're leading the constructor standings, but there are 2 drivers now 15th and 18th at the moment. So they're going to need to scratch and claw if they want to pick up some ever-important constructors' points. Great start for Chan, who's up to 6th from his P10 starting spot. And Then we mentioned Joey moving up 7 spots. He's now going to look for an 8th one as he goes by Skinny for 10th. And make it 3 wide on the front stretch for P9. Joey gets a 2 for 1. Now here comes Josh to the inside of Skinny. Skinny, oh, almost makes contact as Oscar is into the pits. And Joey making 9 spots in 2 laps. And he's already into the points. Bama's still not able to catch up to Cole right here.
I mean, Cole's just got to think here, going into this mindset, this is going to be the easiest race of his life, of Slurp starting back there, I believe in the 5th, and having to get through those guys. So he just wants to cruise away with this one. But Bama, Cheesy, Slurp, Banjo, they're not going to give it up easy. They're going to try to stay in
Slurp is all
top.
over Cheesy right now. Cheesy does not really have the pace at the moment. He is on the hard tires. Oh, no, he's on the mediums, I'm sorry. But he just let Bama pull away. So now Cole is separated, and Cheesy is trying his hardest not to lose Bama as he goes very wide there.
Yeah, this is a trouble track for penalties, so it's just a few spots here, but watch out for that.
Cole completes lap number 3.
Hard on the pit.
As Cheesy closes up. Logan into the pits. He was an 8th. As Logan not changing a wing here, so I'm interested to see why he's pitting. He started on the mediums, just went to the hards as Josh and JB go at it for P10. This is JB trying to get around Josh right here. Josh doing a very good job on defense, holding him off. We saw just a second ago Chris up to P6. He got by the laggy Haas of Chan. Joey and Skinny continue to battle. About 3 seconds ahead of JB, who just gets by Josh for the last points paying position. Snowy into the pits. So we've had 3 early pit stops, Logan, Snowy, and Oscar. And there goes Snowy rejoining just ahead of the Red Bull. Death Flare trying to make the most of a bad start right here as he got spun around on lap 1. You see the 3 guys ahead of him, the 2 Salvers and JB. So points are still on the table. Long way to go as Jake goes very wide. Here goes Death Flare to the inside. Oh, it's very laggy. Oh, as Jake takes out a sign. And now Bama passes Cheesy for 3rd. Slurp actually got around Bama a minute ago. Missed that, sorry.
That just happened that first straightaway. Slurp up into 2nd.
So pole sitter Cheesy now down to P4 and has already lost contact with Bama and Slurp.
Well, now you just have
He's
to...
now going to be under pressure from Banjo.
Don't over push your car. Just try to stay ahead of Banjo and run your race. If you can't stay in tow with those guys in front of you, that's just how it's going to play out. So, still in a very good position. You just need one of these guys up here to have a bad strategy or something else, and you'd be in it. Major jockeying going here for 11.
Yep. Death Flare has now gotten by the 2 Salvers as Logan is into the pits again.
Does it?
Which will drop him to P18.
I don't think he had damage. Oh, he just...
I'm not sure why he pitted. Oh my goodness. He talked about the dangers of time penalties, and on lap number 5 only, Josh has a 3-second time penalty for cutting the corners.
Oh.
And just like that, there's one for Death Flare as well. They were just battling. As there goes Death Flare, speaking of him, by JB for P10. So Death Flare fell all the way to last at the beginning of the race, and now has worked his way all the way up to 10th, despite the 3-second penalty.
Yeah, not gonna...
Here you see Banjo all over Cheesy. Cheesy is really struggling for pace right now. Not able to replicate that qualifying lap. Banjo around the outside. Still going to be there on the exit of the corner. And that was a very nice move from Banjo. P4. Just like that pole sitter Cheesy, who had such high hopes after qualifying, down in P5. Slurp making inroads on Cole. You see the ERS difference, 73 to 10. Slurp tries to break into that DRS. He's lost contact with Bama, going onto the front stretch, and just going to be out of range. And there's another time penalty for Skinny this time.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a big issue. We're on lap 7, and there's guys getting 3 seconds. I mean, I've already, that's got to be a worry for some of these people. The biggest thing could be just to not get penalties. That could be a deciding factor on multiple points positions, whipping around coming into this race, people who got penalties and who didn't. As that's
I
JB
definitely agree. Yep, JB, this is scheduled. He started on the softs and goes to mediums, so JB could be potentially trying a two-strap strategy here, as Jake and Josh, who are always known for having incredible battles, are going at it here for P11.
Jake's got to keep in mind, though, if Josh has a penalty, he doesn't, so maybe trying not to overstep the boundaries too much to pass them as well. The fact that they're teammates.
Still going at it now, though. Oh, what a move by Jake there. That was definitely cutting the corner, but keeps it going. Cole still leading Slurp by 1.3 seconds. Cole were able to win this race. It would be back-to-back wins for him, and it would be win number 4 on the season. And remember, no one else has more than 1. As Cheesy catches up to Banjo with the DRS. Those two are together, and here goes Joey by Chan for P7, as Deathflare passes Skinny for 9th. Some good battles here going on in the mid-pack, as Jake goes by Josh for 11th. Very, very impressive start for Joey, who didn't have any qualifying laps, obviously, with him being late, and was just able to hop in, have a great start. Now he's up to P7, getting vital points for Williams, especially because, like we talked about earlier, Red Bull had a struggle, and Deathflare is now in the points, but he's only in 9th. And you have Williams 4th and 7th, and then McLaren 1st and 5th.
Yeah, I think we might see if this happens a couple more times this season, it's going to be really detrimental to Red Bull, because I think Red Bull, when they have their best drivers, they're the best team.
I agree.
In Formula Costco. Rowdy and DeMeo, I just don't think you can beat that. The consistency of DeMeo and just the pure pace of Rowdy, but Rowdy's really just doesn't show up every week, and we have DeMeo missing out this week, so it's going to be tough for them. Could end up seeing Ferrari and McLaren by default end up battling for the championship constructors because of that.
Well, Williams is going to be there too. They just need a couple of consistent nights. Joey showing up, being able to show up was big for them. And like you talked about, Ferrari P2, P6 right now, with Chris doing a good job filling in for NASCAR fan. Doing all he needs to do at the moment. As Cheesy misses that left-hander. Have to be frustrated if you're him right now. But still a long way to go. Gotta keep your head in it.
Yeah, but I hope he isn't too frustrated, because I think that kind of hurts him when, you have that and a couple of bad things happen. We saw that last season at a couple of different races, so he needs to keep his head in it, keep his head in the race, because it's still not out of the question any type of finish. Still early on.
20 laps to go.
Yeah, and pit strategy is still yet to happen yet.
Speaking of pit strategy, top 8 all on mediums, Deathflare on the hards, Skinny Jake on the mediums, Josh on the hards, Aaron Sean on the hards, JB started on the softs, pitted for mediums already, Oscar made an early pit stop, so did Snowy and Logan. Logan made 2 of them, in fact. So, looks like the winning strategy, as usual, probably going to be mediums to hards. Unless we get a late safety car, which has not happened in a while. And Cole's still doing a very solid job, just keeping that gap to Slurp even.
Not to jinx it, but I don't think we'll see a safety car here in this race. You know, we already had contact between, it was Aaron and one of the Red Bulls, I think, where they went off into the gravel, had contact off a corner, high-speed corner, and it still didn't do much, so I don't think there'll be much tonight, but hey, maybe I'll be wrong.
Back on board with the Jake and Josh pedal. Oh, and there goes the end plate off of Jake after he smacks the back of his teammate.
They were going to get really close. I mean, that was bound to happen eventually. But, yeah, that stinks, because now one of them has a penalty, the other one has wing damage.
Yeah, and they're still 6 seconds almost behind Skitty, who is now in P10. As Death Flare continues to make great progress.
Easy down pit road.
He is now closing to Chan, and oh, there we go, Cheesy. This is really early for the mediums. Perhaps Cheesy thinking, oops, Chris is behind him as well. And here comes Joey. Okay, maybe it's not too early. 10 laps complete. And now here comes a lot of guys into the pits. Cheesy and Chris onto the hards. I imagine Joey will do the same. Yes, he will. Joey actually getting a new front wing, so this is going to cost him some time.
He might have had contact on the first lap.
I would not be surprised.
He came off that first corner pretty slow in the back. I saw him, trailing. I don't
know
if he
Chan and Death Flare, I believe, got together right there. Chan, obviously, we documented the lag issues he's having. As oh my goodness, he's ghosting, and I'm not sure what's going on. I hope Death Flare didn't get damaged from that. Looks like he's okay. But Death Flare gonna have to be really careful trying to navigate around the Haas.
Man.
Oh my goodness, what is going on?
Getting jump scared.
Hey, yeah, I don't know what to make of this.
Oh, that was actual contact.
Death Flare trying to go around the outside. Not gonna activate ERS, get to the outside. Gonna be side by side. He will have the inside line and clear him. So move Death Flare up to a very impressive P5. Here comes Slurp in. Slurp trying the undercut. Bam in as well.
Part of Chan's wing, I think came off.
Uh-oh.
I can't tell.
Oh yeah, it did.
Oh, they just got a penalty.
And he's retiring.
What?
Wow. He called it.
Okay.
He got wing damage and called it. I think his leg is causing too big of a problem. Alright, so Slurp Bama onto the hards. Banjo's in as well. So Cole, the lone lead car on track so far. As all these guys, I think, pitting earlier than I expected, at least, for the one stop onto hards, as Slurp able to get into clean track to stuff up Skitty. So this outlap going to be very important. And Cole, I don't believe, is pushing very much at the moment, so maybe he's going to run this long. He had the gap to do it, and showed great pace because no one was able to really catch him.
Watch out for, it'll be Josh Brown and, dang it, Chris. There we go. Right? Or wait. I think so. Wait, no, that's Death Flare. My bad. Both on hard, 11 lap old hard, so sorry.
And Cole comes in as well.
So they'll be doing that alternate strategy.
Cut it really close on pit entry. Woo! He almost sped right there. That would have been detrimental. As Cole in for hards, and now we'll see if the undercut is able to work for Slurp here. As for some reason it's not. There we go. Alright, here we go. Cole, you see Death Flare in front, then you see Slurp just behind. Cole looks like he's going to be ahead. Side by side. Oh, that was close with Death Flare. But Cole retains the lead over Slurp. That undercut for Slurp gained him about 0.6 of a second, I would say. He was about 2 seconds back. And there's another time penalty for Josh.
This will be good for Death Flare. He can follow in behind the leader. Oh! Was that the
Oh,
contact?
believe so. Cole to the inside of Death Flare here for the lead. And here comes Slurp. That battling pulled him right to the back as Cole gets loose on entry. That is exactly what Slurp needed. Death Flare getting out ahead of Cole was absolutely huge because now Slurp is right there. And oh, Cole to the back of Death Flare. Now here comes Slurp to the inside for the lead. And he takes it away. And it's not now Slurp by Death Flare. What a turn of events. Death Flare back to the inside. What a battle we have going on right here. Now contact between Slurp and Death Flare. My goodness.
Cole has to be livid right now because...
Yeah, the Red Bull played a huge part in the complexion of this race. Definitely more than I think Slurp and Cole wanted him to, but Slurp obviously happy because now he's leading.
And nothing Death Flare did necessarily wrong other than the fact, you know, he's on a different strategy. So he's going to race for the lead because he was in the lead, but...
Here comes Cole back for the lead. Still side by side, and there goes Cole back to P1. But that second and a half cushion he had is now gone, and crucially Slurp well inside DRS range as we see Skitty coming to the pits.
Something happened.
Which leaves just Sean, I believe, who has not made a pit stop so far.
Something happened to Banjo in the pit cycle. He is... That one extra lap on tires just absolutely cleared Cheesy of Banjo.
He had to have made a mistake. There's no way.
Yeah, something would have had to happen.
He lost that much time. Because he was ahead of him, and now it was 3 seconds back, and we saw the undercover Slurp only gained him about half a second or so. As Sean now is in, and on the hard tires, so the entire grid has now made a pit stop, except for Josh.
Well, and Flare. And third.
Oh, and Death Flare, yes, you're right. Cole trying to stretch that lead back out. It is up to 0.6 of a second over Slurp. Both of these guys are pushing. Cole trying to break the toe. It's up to 0.8 of a second. Slurp is going to be in and down the front stretch and probably be able to gain all of this back because he has significantly more battery. And there's a fastest lap for Cole, which he did not have before. And Slurp using every little bit of ERS he's got. Closes it to 0.4 of a second. As we cross the halfway point in this race this time by. Shaping up to be another Cole versus Slurp battle for the win.
Yeah, that was very big having Flare up there. That put Slurp back in this battle, a race that I think Cole was hoping to just pull away with.
But the problem now for Slurp is we've seen Cole have better pace most of the race. I mean, the DRS is going to help him. But how much of that, does that one extra lap of tires matter? Especially as we get towards the end. And Slurp's having to push quite a bit just to stay in range. You see he's down to 5%. And Cole is at 40 now. So I think Cole could easily push away. Deciding not to do that, Slurp gonna activate the DRS and get all the way probably within 0.2 of a second here.
Am I gonna get past the Red Bull here, getting DRS that'll help him secure that third spot for now, once this cycle's out.
You have Cheesy about 3 seconds back of these guys. That Flare holding strong on these old hard tires makes you think what could have been if he didn't have that issue on the start. But also, if a safety car were to come out before he comes in, then he would be in great position as he gets really sideways. .6 is the lead for Cole. Bama 5.5 back of them. Then Cheesy closing quickly on Death Flare. Banjo still a long ways back. Josh, who is yet to pit in P7. Chris in P8. Then you have Joey, who needed the wing change, and JB P10. Well ahead of Skinny.
Joey has, I think, a really fast car, but he won't be able to get to Chris, it looks like, because he'll have DRS on Josh. And, oh, big closing right as he'll go up in 7th. As the lead.
Slurp to the lead. Takes it with DRS into turn number 1. Here comes Cole with a switchback move to the outside. Still going to be there. Great battle. Now Cole on the inside for this corner. But Slurp around the outside holds the lead as Josh makes his pit stop.
He got around Flare. Flare is really loose around here on those.
Yeah, Death Flare holding on for dear life on those old tires right now. Josh on the mediums exits the pits. Looks like he will be just behind Skinny in P11. And with much fresher tires and the fresher compound, should be in good position to maybe snag a point or two. As here comes Cole to the inside for the lead again. This time he will clear Slurp. So it looks like this battle for the lead is going to rage on for the end of the race.
All kind of spread out other than the lead. That's the main battle to look at.
Here it goes again. Slurp to the inside. And we'll retake the top spot. Yeah, these two, Slurp and Cole, are the only guys within 1 second of each other besides Logan and Sean, 15th and 16th right now. Cole looks to the inside again. Big dive on entry. Cole not waiting around here till the end, as all over the Ferrari, pushing him through this little mini straightaway. Caution sector 1. That is the Aston of Snowy, who something happened at pit exit for the Aston Martin. As now side by side for the lead again. Cole on the inside, makes the move stick this time. As we see Logan is pitting once again.
He just reused his mediums.
Slurp with the DRS is not really going to get that close to Cole this time because Cole used a lot of his ERS to retain the lead. Yellow sector 2, that's Snowy, who was spun again. Make it twice in a lap, and now he's going backwards. Oh no, he's not going backwards. What am I talking about? My bad. Snowy gets it pointed again, and we continue on green. As JB makes his second pit stop. We noted that he started on the softs and was going for a 2-stop, and now he will put on another set of mediums. And that will drop him down to P13. Which will move Skinny up to 9th, Josh up to 10th. Slurp still 3/10 back of Cole, but he has the battery advantage, which is something we have not seen so far in this battle. As Slurp sets the new fast lap of the race on 8-lap-old mediums, as here he goes to the inside. And we'll retake the top spot as Aaron gets a time penalty now. Under 10 laps to go in Qatar. Cole still there, trying to battle back on the outside. Made a little bit of contact made. Cole still there. And on the inside this time, Aaron is out of the race. And Cole takes the lead as there's a safety car. Wow, look how close that was. Did they say Slurp have the lead? Wow. Slurp had the lead at the time of safety car, even though it looked like Cole was clearly ahead. I'm not sure how that works, but...
Aaron, what?
Yeah, we just had a safety car as soon as you came back.
Oh no, the one time well, I jinxed it.
Yeah. Skinny was able to get into the pits, and now, yeah, Slurp and Cole were side by side for the lead as the safety car came out, and Cole had looked like he had gotten the lead, but then Slurp passed him because I believe something about where they were on track or something. Slurp was able to retain the lead, so now we have a safety car with under 10 laps to go, and we're going to see everybody come in as Snowy speeds in the pit lane under safety car. Interesting.
That Kick Salvers had a stack in the pit road as Josh and Gaming Jake reconnected after their altering pit strategies. They'll both be on softs.
Interesting here, Skinny went to mediums as Slurp and Cole are both in. I imagine they will both go to softs.
I mean, there's benefits to both here. I mean, I think you go softs, but
Slurp's on mediums.
Yeah, they're gonna go mediums.
Cole on mediums as well. Okay, and Slurp retains the lead. Bama obviously in, Cheesy in as well. This is big for those guys that were not in touch with the leaders. And Bama is also going to go to mediums. Cheesy is going to go to mediums as well. So, tire wear, high at Qatar, and that's actually Death Flare. This is huge for him.
He hadn't pit
Death
yet.
Flare had not pitted yet. We talked about the safety car would save his race, and now Death Flare is now on the soft tires and will be in touch with the leaders. This strategy worked out fantastically for him as the Williams have to double stack with Joey and Banjo. They go to mediums, so Death Flare is the only person in the top 10 that put on the soft tires.
I'll tell you somebody who did not want this safety car to come out. That was Bama. He was looking to get a podium right in his lap, and he'll have a whole lot of hungry drivers behind him now. Is Oscar in here? Maybe.
I think so. Oh, no, I don't think so. I just told him that safety car came out. I think he disconnected. And Cole, as predicted, is not very happy with Death Flare.
Yeah, I mean, kind of a Ryan Newman moment there. You know, Death Flare running his own race, trying to get as much as he could because he sees the leaders there. But you know, on a different strategy, Cole's going to be frustrated that he was racing him so hard. But it wouldn't have mattered other than the one spot the Slurp ended up getting because of that. Eventually, he can gain it right back. Well, I think it's interesting, even with all these reserve drivers, replacement drivers, and these kind of top 4 teams that we've
Death Flare just hit Cheesy.
That we've kind of outlined, being McLaren, Red Bull, Ferrari, and Williams, and 7 out of the top 8 are those 4 teams.
And remember, Death Flare has that 3-second time penalty.
Oh yeah, that'll hurt him big time here.
Contend with, yeah. Skinny has 1, Josh has 6 seconds, and then Snowy has a speeding penalty, but he's a lap down. So hopefully you will be able to go green this time, which will leave us with 7 laps of racing. You have Slurp, Cole, Bama, Cheesy, Deathfire top 5. With Banjo, Chris, Joey, JV, Skinny, all in position for points so far. You have Oscar's AI, who is on very old hard tires. Josh and Jake. Then Logan and Sean, who both get a new lease on life with this safety car. And then Snowy, who is a lap down. Then Aaron, who just crashed. And Chan, who retired earlier on.
Big chance for these guys third on back to switch positions, battling for a podium here.
Safety car in this lap, and Cheesy, obviously, this safety car big for him. He is now back in the fight for the podium and potentially the win. And it'll be interesting to see how the softs drive compared to the mediums with Death Flare. But Slurp is going to lead the field away. We'll see when he decides to hit the gas. Going very slowly, and now he goes. That checked up the field a bunch, as there's a wing damage for somebody. I'm not sure who that was. Side by side between Chris and Joey, as Death Flare tries to make a move to the inside of Cheesy for P4. Cheesy goes wide. Slurp able to hold the lead from Cole, but Cole is right on him all over him. Bama's still there. And Death Flare and Cheesy go at it for P4. A little bit of contact. All clean at the front besides that little bit of contact. I'm not sure who lost their wing, as Banjo and Joey are going at it for P6. Joey, the safety car big for him. This now opens up more points as a possibility for him, as he gets by his teammate.
Oh.
Still everyone all together at the front. Top 4 have kind of broken away from Cheesy.
Man, Cole is just
all over him.
The Bama is too.
Coming to 6 to go. There's a time penalty for
hurts.
Chris. Oh, yeah. Cole with the run off the corner. Going to activate ERS. Going to go to the inside. A little bit of contact as Slurp tries to block. And Cole with the ERS is going to take the lead. But now Slurp going to look back to the inside with the crossover. Death Flare, big move on Bama for third. They make contact, and Bama goes wide. Cheesy gets a time penalty.
Dang it.
And oh my goodness. As now here comes Joey looking for 5th. There are battles going on everywhere. Everyone wants every spot possible. Slurp able to hold the lead as Death Flare gets by for 3rd.
Cheesy might be holding
Bam,
up the
I
Williams
imagine,
here.
is not
One of
too
them's just
happy.
gotta pounce on him.
Oh, Death Flare, what the heck is that? He goes super deep into the corner, hits the back of Cole, and now Bama gets back by, and now here comes Cheesy.
I stand corrected, because now Cheesy's back in it. He's not holding anybody up. He'll get past him. For now.
But that time penalty is going to be very hard for him to contend with as he clears Death Flare from P5. Now Death Flare dropping back in a hurry as Joey goes by him. Joey's had a great restart. Here comes Cole for the lead on the inside, and he takes it away. What a power move from the McLaren of Cole.
Man, it'd be
Bama's still all over
incredible
him, though.
if Joey can find a way to get a podium. He's in 4th right now, basically, because Cheesy has that penalty.
Coming to 5 laps to go. Cole, your leader over Slurp, Bama, Cheesy, and Joey. Slurp with the big run with the DRS is going to go to the inside and take P1 away. Bama closes right up to Cole, thinks about a move, but not quite there. Oh,
Contact,
Cheesy
no
got
damage.
loose on exit. Here comes Joey to the inside. Joey, this has been such a spectacular drive for the Williams from 18th to 4th. And in contention for the win here with 4 laps to go.
He's got to stay in tow with that 1 second for Bama. He's well within it right now.
Cole is hounding Slurp. Bama now putting pressure on the McLaren.
Banjo's kind of been stagnant here, hasn't been able to do much. He's been pressured by that second Ferrari of Chris a lot here. I think it's part of the reason Chris got a penalty. He was going wide, trying to pass guys, just went a bit too wide. He's also up there in the 9th, and the kicks in 10th and 11th, but with penalties. Oh.
Oh, Banjo just lagged out. Oh, and then they're going 3 wide for 7th as a result of that. Banjo's going to lose out to Chris and JB. As here comes Cole looking for the lead once again. Can you send Banjo an invite real quick?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Slurp dove it in there, almost made contact with Cole. Joey's now pressuring Bama for 3rd. As Cole uses that little mistake to pull away a little bit to half a second. They have about equal ERS.
Well, won't let me yet.
Cole a little bit more battery here than Slurp coming to 3 laps to go. But he stretches out that lead even more to 6/10 and now is going to use some ERS. Slurp using it as well. Slurp made up a lot of ground right there, under 0.4 of a second. He's going to have another shot at this thing if he wants it on the front straightaway. Joey kind of losing contact with the top 3 a little bit. Bama trying to stick with the top 2. Coming to 3 laps to go. Who's going to take it in Qatar? Slurp using all his DRS. Cole sets a new fastest lap. And here comes Slurp with the DRS. Gonna go to the inside for the lead. As Josh gets his 3rd time penalty of the race. And Banjo is into the pits. That's Banjo's AI pitting, actually. That's unfortunate, because now he's going to not get any points.
Yeah, wouldn't let me invite him, I don't know.
Well, that's unfortunate. Cole all over Slurp, looking for the move again. Slurp's kind of waiting for that ER or DRS zone on the front straightaway. Cole is not doing that. He is trying to make the move at any point he can. And he has a lot more battery than Slurp does right now. Cole pushing him through these corners. Bama's now close back up, so is Joey. Here comes Cole with the big move to the inside once more. Side by side, not for long. Cole retakes P1. Slurp has to slot in just ahead of Bama, and now he looks for the crossback. But now we'll have the DRS advantage again. 2 more laps to decide it in Qatar. It's a 5-car all-out brawl for the win. And now Slurp using the DRS. To the inside he goes. And the lead will swap once again. No contest in turn 1 for Slurp. But it's really been just the top 2 trading positions. Bama, Joey, Cheesy have just been kind of holding station right now.
Bama's got to be careful. He's looking like he might be a fish out of water right now. 3 guys all in the 70s and 80s in battery. He's sitting at 40 right now.
Cole trying to make that move on any point he can. Trying to go around the outside this time. That's going to allow Bama to try to get to the inside, but they make a little bit of contact and he has to slot back in line. Cole now getting heavy pressure. Bama with the good run on exit. Can he stay there? No. Everyone's starting to now pick up the pace. Bama goes wide. That's going to allow the top 2 a little bit of space. Going to be coming around to the white flag this time by. Can Slurp hold off Cole for his 2nd win of the season, or will it be win number 4 for the championship leader in the McLaren? Cole's going to let Slurp lead into the DRS zone this time, and with more battery. We're going to see the white flag. It's 1 more lap around Qatar, under the lights. Who's going to shine the brightest? Cole with the DRS. Slurp going to block. Cole going to go to the outside this time. And into turn 1, he takes the lead away. Joey trying to go around the outside for P3. Bama holds him off. But now Cole is the leader, and there will be no more DRS. It's going to be all-out pace. And Cole still has the battery advantage. Slurp pushing, using all of his DRS. 2/10 is the gap, 3/10 is the gap. Cole trying to pull away. Can Bama do anything for P3? 40% to 20%. As Cheesy and Joey are going at it for 4th. Joey holds him off. 1 sector to go. Slurp, 3/10 back of Cole. Cole still has all the ERS he needs to try to push away. Slurp's going to try to use it right here. Nothing doing. Just a few more corners to go for Cole. Slurp half a second back. He's going to need a miracle. And it's 8/10 of a second coming to the last corner. And Coleus the Gamer is going to go back-to-back. The championship leader extends his lead and gets his 4th win of the season and the fastest lap on the last lap as well. Cole wins in Qatar. And they treated us to a fantastic show. Slurp holds on for P2. Bama, very impressive P3. Joey from the back to P4. Cheesy, the pole setter, gets P5. Death Flare, debut race, 6th place finish. And JB is going to get 7th, and Chris just DNF'd on the last lap.
Is that not gonna? Is that gonna?
No,
it's
not going to count.
Point. Wow. Shot up into 8th. Are you kidding me?
How about that?
He wasn't in the points of the whole race. He just finessed 4 points out of a day where he was
yeah,
not even.
He did. Wow.
Unbelievable. And Joey, driver of the day, for sure.
Yeah. 100% deserved. Whew. And now we get to talk to our podium. All right, all of our guys are here. Include your audio, please. And Potato, whenever you're ready, talk to our P3 finisher.
Yeah, so, wait. Oh, he's in there, yeah. So, Bama, I believe first career podium, right? So, here at Qatar.
First podium this season.
This season?
He's had
okay,
wins before.
my bad.
Yeah.
You here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, my bad. So you ran great all day. What do you think it took for you to run this good? You're probably the 3rd fastest car out there all day, and to keep it in this final run with Joey and Cheesy behind you.
Yeah, I did a lot of practice during the week just because the last couple races in the league didn't go too well in terms of pace for me. So, just putting in the effort to where I would be able to compete for a podium definitely played a lot into it. Running preset 1, making sure I had the downforce to, stay with the cars ahead in dirty air, especially in the last 7-8 laps there with the front 2 fighting, being able to go through the corners and being close really helps me stay ahead of Joey and the other McLaren. So yeah, I think the pace was really good, and can't wait to go to the next race.
Speaking of the next race, Bama, how are you feeling about Jeddah next week, next Tuesday night?
Pretty decent. That's a track that I've won at before in different leagues. Obviously, it's quite a spectacle in terms of crashes. You're going to probably have broken wings going through the field. Walls are always right there. You make a mistake, it's going to punish you. So being able to keep focused throughout the race, not making any careless mistakes, just being able to run your own speed in your race can lead to a good result. So that's what I'm going to go and try to do there.
Well, Bama, good luck with that. I congratulate you on a very strong run tonight. Good rebound from last week and your first podium of the season.
Thank you very much.
All right, moving on to our guys that were battling very, very fiercely for the win. Slurp, going to start with you, our P2 finisher. What more did you need there on the last lap to try to get back by Cole?
I just need to be better and quicker. Cole is clearly, I don't know what he's done, but this season it's felt like Cole is a lot quicker than he has over previous seasons, and I just think he's clearly the best driver in the league, and
Nice.
I just don't think I have the speed to really contend with him anymore. The only reason I was up there with him was because a lap car held him up a lot, and the safety car. But if that didn't happen, I really wouldn't have been anywhere near him. It was fun, I guess. But yeah, I just need to be better.
Well, you were very good tonight. Just needed a little bit more there at the end. Did you kind of play the DRS game for the last run, or was that just kind of whoever was ahead was ahead?
No, I wasn't trying to do anything with the DRS. I just my goal was to get ahead of Cole after the I guess I was playing a little bit of DRS. My goal was to get after Cole, get in front of Cole each lap and just save battery because I kept having to use a bunch to keep up with him. So I wasn't really trying to do anything there, but I had to save battery every lap when I was in front of him to keep up with him. But at the end, he for the first time he didn't pass me in the final sector, so he had the advantage at the end, and that's what gave him the one, got him the one.
Well, you put up a fantastic fight, Slurp. How are you feeling going into next week at Qatar, or not Qatar? Sorry, Jeddah.
Uh, I feel decent going into Jeddah. I think it's one of the more fun tracks in the game. I don't know. I think I feel good going to Jeddah.
All right. Well, we look forward to seeing what you can do there. Congratulations on another very strong P2, just short of win number two. Congratulations, Slurp.
Thanks.
Moving on to our winner for the second week in a row and the fourth time in 7 races this season. Cole, you're in the championship lead. You are the only person with multiple wins. You have 4 of them. What more could you ask for right now?
Not to get held up by lap cars. I mean, that's really all I could say. I mean, he doesn't have to pull over. He was, I guess, in front of me. But I mean, whatever. Anyways, I felt confident. The whole time. I got a little annoyed, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. And yeah, I just wanted to make sure I was behind Slurp. Because I knew he had to use a lot of ERS. Um, just going off of how much he had to save during the rest of the lap. So I knew if I was behind him on the last lap, I was just gonna fly past him with DRS. So that's what I did, and yeah, we won. So
What was it like kind of going through the strategy tonight? Was tire wear more of an issue than normal, or was it about the same?
I mean, it wasn't that bad. I mean, the mediums I knew they were gonna fall off hard. Like I hit the almost hit the puncture window, but I guess everybody else did. I mean, yeah, they fall off hard, but the hards don't fall off at all. So I wasn't really, that scared of the strategy. It was pretty simple, medium to hard, until the safety car came out. But yeah, no, it was pretty straightforward.
I was curious why a lot of guys went to the mediums over the softs there when the safety car came out, especially with it was like only 7
Hmm.
racing laps. But I mean, it made a difference because Death Row was the only one to put on the softs, and he dropped back really fast after a couple of laps.
Yeah, no, the just the 13 or whatever, 12, 11 laps we did on the mediums, they hit the almost hit the puncture window. So yeah, the at least on the softs and the mediums, the tire wear is really high at this track. So you better play safe than sorry.
Yep, and that was the right call. So, win number 4 this season for you, Cole. What are you thinking about win number 5 at Jeddah next week?
I mean, it's a very challenging track. It's really hard to like push because you don't want to be the one to hit the wall and break your wing or DNF. So it's really hard to push away and really get a gap. I know Rowdy's really good there. Surf's obviously really good there. Um, so to be honest, I hope I'm just in the right position at the end in the DRS and can do what I did today, to be honest. So I don't think there's going to be any crazy gaps, but yeah, if there is, I hope it's me. So
Well, we'll see what happens in Jeddah, but for now, Cole, celebrate your 4th win and back-to-back wins, and your championship lead grows.
thank you, Normie. Thank you, Normie. Thank you, BB and Mateo.
No problem. And Potato, want to throw it to you one last time. Any closing thoughts from Qatar and looking ahead to Jeddah?
That I don't think Chichu's ever getting the podium. I think it's over. It's never happening. I really think if we get more races where the Red Bull starters are out, I think Bam is going to be the biggest threat for a podium other than Cole and Slurp. I think this will be the podium. If this ever happens again where we have a race like this and Joey has an issue, I think it'll be between Joey and Bama. And if not, if Joey does have an issue, I think Bama is going to be the favorite there. Really good showing because I wasn't here from before when he raced before this season.
Yeah.
So.
Cheesy actually fumbled though. He was on a 2 instead of a 1.
Yeah.
He
I
actually
was like,
fumbled.
what the
Oh.
heck?
Yeah. So even he like you can change your front wing, but like everything else is still beyond fucked. So and he was always gonna get a penalty. So I mean he did good though.
I was wondering because he
I
he
thought
got
tonight
pole
was
and
his
then
best
he just...
chance.
No, yeah, he
Especially after
was
the pole,
really
yeah.
fast, but yeah, he fumbled.
Oh well. Maybe one day, but
Yeah.
with that being said, we're gonna sign off here from Qatar, from our podium of Bama, Slurp, and
No.
Cole, and BB and Potato in the booth as always. I am Normie on Xbox. We will see you guys next week in Jeddah.
Hell yeah.